The greatest theft of personal data in U.S. history. That's how our next guest is describing the extent to which Donald Trump and Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency have recklessly compromised the data of millions of Americans. A new whistleblower complaint filed by Social Security Administration Chief Data Officer Charles Borges alleges that DOJ workers violated the law in copying the Social Security data of more than 300 million Americans to an unsecured cloud system which only they control, that, quote, apparently lacks any security oversight from the Social Security Administration or tracking to determine who's accessing or has accessed the copy of this data. These actions constitute violations of laws, rules and regulations, abuse of authority, gross mismanagement, and creation of substantial and specific threat to public safety and health. The Numerical Identification System database contains the name, place, and date of birth, citizenship, race, and ethnicity, and parents' names of all individuals who've been issued a Social Security number. The complaint lays out the consequences this way. Quote, should bad actors gain access to this cloud environment, Americans may be susceptible to widespread identity theft, may lose vital health care and food benefits, and the government may be responsible for reissuing every American new Social Security numbers at great cost. Joining us now, Martin O'Malley served as the commissioner of the Social Security Administration under President Biden. He was also the governor of Maryland. Good to see you again. Thank you for being with us tonight. I think we need to talk about, outside of the abstract, the very specific risks and things that we can do about this. What in your opinion, is the most dangerous part of this?
Ali, there are so many things. I mean, if there is going to be any sort of action like this, and this is the largest one that the agency's ever been forced to do. I mean, I do believe that this is the greatest taking of personal identifying data in U.S. history. Greatest theft, pirating away, whatever you want to call it. In any sort of access to the personal identifying data of Americans, there is always required risk assessments to be done in an excruciatingly detailed way. Risk assessments on the cybersecurity risk assessments on privacy risk assessments on the fraud risk. None of that appears to be done in this case. And it's not according to some low-level employee at Social Security. It is according to the chief data officer of the largest domestic program in the United States of America, a naval veteran, decorated, who has done several tours of duty protecting the information of Americans in other departments. So this is stunning. Yeah. This has never been done before. And Ali, what is the reason? I mean, every night, that same data is backed up in Charlotte and in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, so nobody needed an extra copy of this.
Take it away.
Nobody needed an extra copy of this. I want to read a little bit from the complaint. According to the New York Times, they say the complaint includes documents that showing DOJ leaders sought to upload the data despite warnings that they could be exposing Americans' personal information. Quote, I have determined the business need is higher than the security risk associated with the implementation, and I accept all risks, end quote, wrote Aram Moghadessi, who worked at two of Mr. Musk's companies, X and Neuralink, before becoming Social Security's chief information officer in a July 15th memo. So this random person, Aram Moghadessi, an Elon Musk employee, has said, I have determined the business need is greater than the security risk associated with the implementation, and I accept all risks. Well, first of all, I hope if there's a lawsuit, somebody finds him, because he's said he's accepted all risks. What business need overcomes the risk need of not giving my information out or not losing my information?
Yeah, hard to determine. I mean, it would be nice if he could accept the risk, but Ali, he's not the one accepting the risk. He's putting the risk on the American people. That in this largest pirating away of our personal data, that all of us are susceptible. And people warned him that this could mean that everybody has to be issued a new Social Security number. And this could be the largest class action in American history. under the
Well, let's
Privacy
talk
Act.
about that, because there's, as you said, under the Privacy Act, right? 1974, it allows citizens and permanent residents to sue the federal government agencies for unauthorized disclosure of personal data held in a system of records. If a court finds the violation was willful or intentional, this guy did say, it's okay, I'm cool with the risks. The victim can get actual damages or a minimum of $1,000 plus legal costs. Now, you multiply that by $300,000, that's a hell of a class action lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. 340 million people times 1,000. And look, the key conjunctive there is or. It's not actual damages. It's if it's been done willingly and if it's been revealed to other people. I mean, they have put our data in some cloud database that only they control. And there is no way, Ali, that that amount of data went there without other people on the receiving end being a part of the orchestration, and therefore they revealed our data to people outside of the Social Security Administration. I mean, if this is almost like a bar exam question where you're asked to identify every statute that these Doge bros violated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Inspector General Act. It's FISMA, the Federal Information Modernization Security Act. It's the Privacy Act. It's actually the Social Security Act, which, by the way, in their very first regulation that then they had a board that passed, was to protect the private information of Americans.
Yeah.
This is appalling, and members of Congress should be outraged. And I hope attorneys are putting together a class action against this guy who made all of us so very vulnerable.
I appreciate that he was so open about the fact that, hey, I'm good with this. We're good. We're gonna put your information on a cloud, and it's not worth it. I would like to know an answer in court.
Don't be afraid to break things. That's their mantra. Don't be afraid to break things.
I would like an answer in court from him as to what the business advantage was of this. Who got the business advantage of this? Martin, good to see you as always. Thank you for being with us. Former Social Security Administrator and Governor of Maryland, Martin O'Malley.